Hey, Tourpreneurs, it's Mitch Bach, and just a quick note before we begin today's episode. Tourpreneur is currently sponsored by Google. We're thankful for their support of our community, and we are offering with them a completely free course helping you unlock the power and potential of Google's Things to Do program, which is specifically helping tour operators add their tours to Google in new ways that gives you new exposure and more direct bookings. To learn more, go to tourpreneur.com/Google. And as always, show notes, more resources, links to our newsletter, our business coaching community, and so much more are available on tourpreneur.com. Now to the episode.
Today's episode is brought to you by Checkfront, the booking platform trusted by over 5,000 tour and activity operators around the world. You can start your own free 21-day trial over at checkfront.com.
Welcome to the Tourpreneur podcast. Travel industry veteran Shane Whaley will take you on a journey with fellow tourpreneurs, sharing their tips, ideas, insights, and success stories to inspire you to make your tour business the best it can be. And now, please welcome your host, Shane.
And welcome to Tourpreneur at Arrival, presented by Checkfront. We are joined by Georgette Blau of On Location Tours. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. How are you enjoying Arrival so far?
Oh, I love it. It's been so productive. And what I love about it, it's all about us. Finally, a show that's for the tours and attractions.
Fantastic. So you're On Location Tours. How did you get started?
Well, I started the company 20 years ago. I moved to New York right after college, and I was walking up the hill one day and saw the building from the Jeffersons on the Upper East Side, the TV show that ended in the 80s, but I recognized the building and loved that New York City has so many TV locations, so many movie locations. In fact, it's the most filmed city in the world.
Right.
And once I found that out, saw that there was another tour, I launched very small in a 15-passenger van. That was 1999. 2001 went into coach buses. I launched the NYC TV and movie tour in 1999. We're constantly updating that tour. It's a lot of newer movies and TV shows, a little bit of everything. We launched the Sopranos Tour in 2001, the Sex and the City Tour in 2001, the Central Park Movie Tour, which is our only walking tour in New York, in addition to our recently launched East Village walking movie tour. That was around 2003. And then a few years later, we launched the Gossip Girl Tour, then the TCM Classic Film Tour in New York. And we also have a Holiday Lights and Movie Sites Tour. So, we've got 10 tours in New York. We actually have 2 tours in Boston, a walking tour and a bus tour. We mainly operate, the majority of our tours are bus tours, but we've definitely been keeping busy.
Yeah, absolutely. Which one would you say is the most popular of your tours today?
Our signature tour, our NYC TV and movie tour, probably because it encompasses everything. It's kind of for everyone, so that's been our most popular. We get so many camp groups, corporate groups, student groups on that tour, in addition to it running daily, 365 days a year. Our Sex and the City tour continues to be very, very popular. So that's actually our second most popular tour. Every day we have about 52 women and 2 angry men getting on every bus.
Right. Absolutely. I really have been looking at your Sopranos tour for a long time because I love that show.
That's
and I so want to go on that tour.
It's wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. There are 42 locations on that tour from the Sopranos. Our lead tour guide on that tour has been killed off 5 times in the show. So
really?
He includes a lot. He's still alive. He includes a lot of those stories, the behind-the-scenes stories. And that's what a lot of our tours are about, the behind-the-scenes stories. Our tour guides are all actors and actresses. So they really are great at weaving a story and, being very outgoing. And, of course, their schedules are flexible, so that's also helpful.
Yeah. So how do you go about researching and planning the itinerary?
Yeah, we have definitely have a formula. We start with the show distribution, and then we go to not only how many locations, but how interesting the locations are, how they're clustered on a map. So we literally will pin a map with locations, and if they're too far and few between, we don't go ahead with a
Yeah.
tour. We may add it to our movie tour, but we kind of decide if it's worth doing a theme tour based on those few things.
And in terms of, I don't know how it works with the legals, in terms of using the name Sopranos and Sex and the
Right.
City. Did you have to get permission for that, or?
Yes. Well, we actually work somewhat with HBO. In other words, we have a relationship. Like we end the tours at their store, which they love. So we actually had to work out the name with HBO.
Yes.
But funny enough, over the years, our branding as On Location Tours became more and more important. So we really made sure that On Location Tours was on everything.
Yeah. And if you say, for instance, I'm a tourpreneur in waiting, maybe in London, I want to do a movie tour, what would your tip be to someone out there in terms of approaching someone like a HBO? What's some best practices?
Well, first of all, hire a great trademark attorney. That's
yeah.
the number one thing, who hopefully doesn't charge too much. But
Yeah.
our attorney is great. She really deals with a lot of these the studios and
Brilliant.
places like that. So
Yeah, it's one of those things you've got to spend the money on, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to get that wrong.
Unfortunately, yeah.
What do you find the most rewarding aspect of running your own tour business?
I love helping people escape, especially into this TV land, movie land.
Yeah.
I love the looks on their faces, the wide-eyed views. I don't get to tours as often as I would like to. I'm usually stuck in my office, but when I do get out there, it's such a thrill to see buses moving with people on them and people hopping off at the stops, people on our walking tours, and especially when you're jogging their memory
Yeah.
of that scene, they're going, oh, yeah, I remember that. And even, for example, on our Gossip Girl tour, there's about 20% of people on the tour have never seen the show, yet they step off the bus. It's basically like moms going with their daughters
Yes.
type of thing. They step off the bus and go straight to watch it, so we're really also introducing these shows and movies to people.
What can you do with your reservation software? Take online bookings and payment, manage your inventory, automate processes, and view reports and insights? Yeah, of course. But can you also send digital waivers, build a stunning website, and get help around the clock? What about optimize your booking channels, diversify your distribution, use your favorite tools, and choose your pricing model? With Checkfront, you can. One booking platform, limitless possibilities. Find out more at checkfront.com.
What would you say has been the biggest challenge for your business?
Oh my gosh. There's several challenges, but I would say probably the largest challenge has been the hiring process.
Yeah.
Really. So anywhere from the tour guides who, again, we only hire actors and actresses, but finding the right one. We are known for our, very interactive tour guides, and we're famous for that. So we're proud of that. But the challenges over the years of hiring them, and also with actors, it's a lot of, there is that administrative aspect that they don't all love.
Yes.
And also I would say the full-time people in the office, we have a really fun topic of TV shows and movies, but when it comes down to it, it's hiring the right people. Are they going to enjoy their daily jobs?
Absolutely. How do most people discover your tours? So they're coming to New York City on holiday. How do they find out about your tours?
Generally, the tours are discovered through Google ads. We have brochures in the hotels. We do social media, but we really target it to getting people onto the buses, not just kind of being social and, that sort of thing. We do a lot of SEO. We started very early on with digital marketing back almost 20 years ago. So we have a lot of detailed pages on our websites on the movies, the TV shows, the neighborhoods. We do a lot of link building into those pages. We work with a lot of OTAs. We started working with Viator, now TripAdvisor, in 2001. Expedia in 2002. So we've had long-standing relationships with them. It's just, I found over the years, it's a whole combination of ways that you're getting in front of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And which booking platform are you using?
We use Fair Harbor.
And how's that working out?
Yeah, it's been great. We were actually the first company on to Zerv, and Zerv, unfortunately, 3 years ago went under. And we had already been looking into Fair Harbor and decided to make the move. So it was sort of a natural move. And I find that a lot of the personalities that I loved at Zerv are at Fair Harbor.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice anyone has ever given you in terms of running your own business?
What comes to mind is probably what the advice my father gave me, which was to try to get as much PR, media press, as you can, not only for the exposure, but also, of course, it saves money on advertising. It almost feels more organic than a lot of the other ways to market. So.
And I ask you that question because there's at least 2 tourpreneurs I know who are very grateful for your mentorship. So we spoke to Carrie recently at Atlanta Movie Tours.
Yeah.
And, of course, our mutual friend Tony over at Slice of Brooklyn Bus Tours. I mean, he sings your praises. He credits the whole success of his business to your mentorship in the early days.
Nice. So nice. Well, I send him a check every week, so I'm glad he's saying that,
Yeah, absolutely. But that's so important in this industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be able to help each other. That's why we have the podcast. That's why we're here at Arrival, to learn from each other and help each other grow.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I have to say what surprised me the most going into this industry is tourism. I would say first and foremost in New York. Oh my gosh, the tourism industry, we're all friends. I mean, even the quote unquote, the competition, we're all in it together in all of tourism. But that's what shocked me. I mean, I've become so close to so many people over the years.
Fantastic. Where can people find your tours online?
It's onlocationtours.com is our website. And one little tidbit I forgot to add is that we recently launched a superhero tour. So we're really, really excited about that. It's a learning curve for me because I know very little bit about superheroes and comics, but it's been so exciting in New York seeing all of these things filmed, the Marvel, the DC, and
absolutely.
We're really excited. It's been growing really fast. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. We'd love to invite you back on. I've got a million questions in my head right now that I want to ask you, and I'd love to find out more.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Tourpreneur podcast. Be sure to visit tourpreneur.com to join the conversation and access the show notes, including links to the resources mentioned on today's episode. This is Tourpreneur.